What's good, people? This your boy YCFL, aka Marcel, with that YCFL Wrestling Takes. Bravo. Bravo. AEW, I got to give it to you all. From start to finish, you guys delivered. You gave an outstanding pay-per-view, came over into the backyard, handled your business. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless right now. I'm speechless. This is how you book a pay-per-view. I watched TakeOver. I gave you my TakeOver Portland review. TakeOver Portland was great. But this is how you book a pay-per-view. And I don't have no complaints from nothing. I'm going to get on the women's match. I'm going to talk about the second match because the first match was on the pre-show. But I'm going to talk about the first match. But I'm going to go down each match and I'm going to give you my take on all of them. Overall, AEW Revolution, 9 out of 10. Start to finish, phenomenal. I don't care what nobody has to say. I'm not an AEW Shield. I'm not a WWE Shield. I'm not a that. I'm just wrestling ahead. And this is how you do. This is how you book a wrestling show. This is what you do. Sorry, so let's go ahead and start with the pre-show. We had SCU taking on Dark Order. I predicted this match correctly. Now, the way how the finish was, remember there has been rumors that there is a possibility an Exalted One over Evil Uno and the other guy that runs the Dark Order. Well, Christopher Daniels was not out there, so SCU was pretty much, it was just Scorpion Sky and Freaky Kazarian, and they really didn't have nobody. So where's Christopher Daniels at? So the match they doing here doing there, I think Stu something. I forgot the other guy's name that's in the group, but it's Stu, and then you have Evil Uno. And like I said, the match was an okay match. It wasn't the greatest, but it was an okay match. They go over. So after the match, the Dark Order elitists start beating the snot out of everybody. And out the woodwork, here comes this dude with a hoodie on. So everybody like, is this the Exalted One? And who is it? It's Christopher Daniels. But he was playing into it because everybody has been speculating that he could possibly be the leader. But he showed his true colors. Apparently, he's not the leader. So he pretty much took his name off the list of being a suspect. Came out there to help his team, and then they were still getting beat up. And a Chicago native, I'm not too familiar with his work, but I know who he is. Colt Cabana debuted. I don't know if he signed with AEW, but he came out there to help them out. So Dark Order wins, but they got they found a way to beat SCU. Found a way to beat the snot out of them after the match to be the last man standing or whatever. So let's get on to the show. First match on the show: Jake Hager versus Dustin Rhodes. Slow paced match, old school type of wrestling. Predicted this match correct. Jake Hager gets the victory. But I'm going to talk about the ins and outs of what went down. Now, apparently, Jake Hager's fiance was sitting ringside. He kissed her. So, you got to do the whole heel get up and all that stuff. So, Jake Hager and Dustin Rhodes doing what they had to do and everything. But then Dustin, he goes out there. And Jake Hager's fiance is about to slap him. He stops her. And then he starts kissing. I mean, it's just crazy as heck, right? So, to make a long story short, Jake Hager puts him to sleep. Gets the victory. So now we move on to the second match. Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara. Now, this match I predicted wrong. I had Sammy winning, but the right man won. The match didn't even start, and they was beating the snot out of each other. Sammy put, first, Darby Allin he came to the ring and knocked out Sammy. Then Sammy put him through a table, so no, the match hadn't even started yet. So now they get in the ring and they start doing all kind of crazy stuff. I mean, the match was great. It was phenomenal. I give it high praise. It was an excellent match. The right man won. Like I said, I got this match wrong. Darby Allin gets the victory. He goes over Sammy Guevara. All right. So now, we move on. So let's see. That's match 3. Am I correct? So now we move on to match 4, which is by far the best match of the night. Hangman Page, aka Cowboy Poop, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. listen, I was expecting the heel turn. I didn't know which one was gonna go heel. I was expecting it. The Young Bucks got booed like crazy, and they started acting like heels. They was doing everything they could to try to win this match. Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, they told a phenomenal, excellent story. I was jaw dropping. I was on the edge of my seat. Casket kicking out of here, kicking out of this move, kicking out of that move, and it was just, I was like, wow. I was amazed. Like it was great. It was phenomenal. Best match of the night. I'm telling you, hands down. They did their thing. Kenny Omega, Hangman Page retains. So after the match, it was like they was acting like Hangman Page was acting like he really didn't want to get back with the crew, and it was just a whole lot of stuff. Then it was this particular time when Kenny Omega had turned his back, and everybody thought Hangman Page was finna knock him out, but it didn't happen. So they basically, like I say, they told a phenomenal story. They told a great story, and like I said, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, they retained. Nick and Matt Jackson, I'm telling you, they was doing everything they could. They was doing some dirty stuff. They was doing heel tactics to try to win that match, but it just was not. It wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. So after that, we move on to, I say it was an okay match, but it was the worst match of the night, and it was featuring the women. It was Nyla Rose taking on Chris Statlander. Now, the one thing I can say, the high praise I can give it, Nyla Rose did everything. Nyla Rose did everything possible to make Chris look good, and that's all I can say about that. Nyla Rose goes over, gets the victory, and retains the AEW Women's Championship. That's all I'm saying about that. Next, we move on to, I call this was the funniest match of the night. The clown match. They call this the clown match. Pac taking on Orange Cassidy with the best friends in his in his corner. Now, Orange Cassidy, who really doesn't do anything, is so over. The man is over like heck, and it's funny. All he does is has his hand in his pocket, then basically does a lackluster version of Shawn Michaels' a super kick. But let me tell you something. Pac and Orange Cassidy gave us a great match. The match was funny. It was a cartoon comedy act. I was crying, laughing the whole time. I picked Pac to win. Orange Cassidy had this match won. The reason why Orange Cassidy lost, I did not see the Lucha Bros coming out to distract the Young Bucks. I'm sorry, the Best Friends. Wrong cast. The Best Friends. The Lucha Bros came out, distracted the Best Friends, and Pac was able to do his move on Orange Cassidy, and Pac wins. So we know this is going to be a continuation going into the main show on Wednesday night, which is AEW Dynamite. Like I said, it was a great match. Very funny, very entertaining. Comedy act that was just too funny. But Mr. Orange Cassidy, if he wants to, he can go. He can go. I don't even want to hear nobody taking the dump on that man no more. That boy can go. He is great. He is good. Oh my goodness, y'all. I know I forgot something. I forgot. MJF. MJF and Cody Rhodes. Listen, MJF is by far the best talker right now in the game. But in the ring, I just didn't see enough from this guy. I did not see enough. This match that him and Cody Rhodes did was great. And I salute MJF and I salute Cody Rhodes for doing what he had to do. They told nothing but a story throughout this whole match. Everybody was getting involved, from Wardlow to Arn Anderson to Brandy Rhodes. Everybody was getting involved some kind of way. MJF gets busted open. Cody Rhodes was supposed to be dealing with a foot injury that he suffered from the steel cage match he had with Wardlow. And Cody did everything he could, Like I said, they was cheating and everything, but Cody tried his best to hang in there. He did what he had to do to get MJF over, and MJF finally showed me something, because I've been waiting on him to show me something. I've seen like maybe 4 or 5 matches of his, and he just wasn't doing enough for me in the ring. This time around, him and Cody gave us a classic. I commend them. They did great. MJF gets the victory. He had to cheat to do it, but he gets the victory, like I called it. Next match, the main event. Chris Jericho versus, you might as well say, well, John Moxley versus Chris Jericho in the inner circle, because they was involved every angle, all over the place. This match was everywhere. It was ups, downs, all over the place. You had clowns coming out the woodwork. You had Santana and Ortiz right there making noise, hyping up stuff. Then Jake Hager comes out, and then now Arby, I got to give it to her. She is the main referee. She kept this match under control, and Jericho was trying to bully her, and she said, "I ain't going." Because basically what he was, let me tell you something, Jericho was doing everything in his power to beat John Moxley. Cheating his behind off, cheating like crazy, doing everything he could to try to win this, and it just was not enough. Even when the cats was distracting Arby, Sam McGuire comes out the woodwork, hits Moxley in the head with the championship. Oh, and Moxley so-called eye bleeding or whatever was cut open. So apparently it was supposed to be as if he was still bleeding or whatever. So, I mean, it was just crazy stuff, just crazy. So he still was rocking the eye patch, but it was like he was bleeding from the eye. So he was like, boom. So the blood was supposed to be trickling into his other eye. So it was like, how the heck can he see, you know? But, man, was it enough? Was it enough to retain the championship? Nope. Chris Jericho lost, and Mr. John Moxley is your new AEW World Champion. That's how you book a pay-per-view. I really don't have nothing else to say. I mean, that's how you do. Yes, heels won, but it's all about the storytelling. Every match did its best to tell the story and to get you excited for the up-and-coming show, which is on Wednesday Night Dynamite. This is great. If this don't get them 1 million, I don't know what will. They, like I said, the AEW need to start hitting 1 million every week, because that was just a great, phenomenal pay-per-view. This your boy YCFL signing out with that. YCFL Wrestling Takes, my AEW Revolution review. If you want to subscribe to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'll let you boy.